So we've got a couple more guests. Again, we are talking about men's health. Fascinating conversations that we're having. This is presented by my wellness lifestyle brand, Refresh by KF. Again, if you don't already follow us, jump on over, follow us, and jump back in. We also have a phenomenal YouTube channel and website, refreshbykf.com and Refresh by KF on YouTube. This is only our second annual anything with these conversations, guys, because I gave birth to Refresh by KF last May of 2020. So we have all the live conversations, our dude chats, as we call them, from last year on our YouTube channel. We had some phenomenal guests, just Leslie Jordan, Sasha Farber, Boris Kodjoe, the author Brad Thor, the actor Adrian Holmes. We've had a number of people that were just fantastic guests. Dr. Ian Smith, Paige Kennedy from the Upshaw. So we've got a lot of great guests that we had talking about men's health and different aspects of men's health. So that said, I'm going to bring in our next guest. He is a really, really outstanding author, and he's had a really fantastic. Papa, can you give me a wave so I can get you in the building, please? He's a great author, and my team said, you got to get this guy on. He's got just a great journey as well in terms of health and wellness, a bit of fitness. Hi, Aunt Pat. I see you in here. Hello. Hi. Thank you for joining me, Aunt Pat. So again, guys, we're Kira. There he is. I see him now. Hold on one second. Here he comes, guys. So this is Papa Joe coming in the building with a wonderful, wonderful journey. Hi.
There you are. Hi. How you doing?
Great. How are you, sir?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. Wonderful book that you've written too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Got it right here, by the way.
Yes, I'm going to say, please hold it up. So
yep.
Can you give everybody some backstory into what your health and wellness journey has been, and then how it all kind of culminated into this wonderful book that you've written?
Thank you. Well, first and foremost, thank you for creating this platform for us. And this month and for every day and everything that you're doing, I applaud you and thank you. But my journey started back in 2009. I was working in a video store and a DJ walked in and said, I liked your voice and wanted to record my voice. I got signed to a label within 10 minutes and wound up doing my very first music video, which became a top 10 Billboard dance hit called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. But in the video.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yeah. I did the club version. 2009, I did Last Night a DJ Saved My Life.
Wow. Okay.
Google it.
Lula
featuring Papa Joe.
Dance on my spot, so come on, okay? Come on and keep saving our lives with your story. Come on.
Okay. But actually, music was what saved my life because it was something that I've been passionate about for many, many years, and for it to come back into my life at the time. And then on top of that, this was my very first single, and the label said, "You're a Billboard artist." I became number 6 on the top 10 Billboard with Beyonce and Christina Aguilera and all of those celebrities. My very first single ever. And but when I saw the video, that was my wake-up call. I was 450 pounds in the video. I pretty much, this is almost the heaviest that I looked.
Tilt it down a little because your ring light is glaring, but oh snap. Now raise it up a bit. Wow, that's you?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you got a for real journey that
I put it into practice. What Dr. Harris was saying, I put into practice. Very much so. But basically, at that time, 450 pounds, I was uncomfortable, unhappy, and unhealthy. So when music came back into my life, which was my passion, that kind of gave me my spark again. And the label had contacted me and said, we want you to be the next Biggie Smalls for house music. And I went, Biggie's dead.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Biggie's dead. So
Right.
I said to myself, I said, what's the easiest exercise that I can do? Because to me at the time, exercise felt like work. It felt like a chore. It felt like something that it just was like I had to do, just like brushing your teeth. But once they said that to me, I said to myself, what was the easiest exercise that I can do? And I started walking. So within 18 months, walking up to 5 miles a day, rain or shine, I was able to walk off 250 pounds.
What?
Now, the unique part of my story is that I also lost it by shopping for healthy foods at the dollar store.
Really?
Yeah. Proving that you don't have to be wealthy to eat healthy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Now, since the weight loss, which I've kept off, then I wrote the book. And then
give us the name of your book. Give us the name.
The book is called Balancing the Scales. It's available on Amazon. So please feel free to check it out. And Balancing the Scales. Yes, how to transform your mind, body, and your business. For any entrepreneurs out there. But the wake-up call, to me, the book was about, it was a wake-up call to remind myself and the stories that kind of started me from where I was to where I'm at today. And to be honest with you, the book to me is about, it's not about the weight that you lose, it's about the life that you gain.
It's not about the weight that you lose, it's about the life that you gain. Come on with that one. Oh my goodness. Okay. So
no, I'm serious.
Let's talk about that process to go from the weight that you lose to the life that you gain. Yeah. That's a process. Where did we kind of I know you said walking was your staple, you know.
Right.
And then certainly changing what you were eating, but what were your nutritional changes?
Well, to be honest with you, I had no nutritional background whatsoever at all. I went to the internet and grabbed a food pyramid table. And I said, for 6 months, everything on here good, everything else bad. But then I had to figure out my triggers because I'm a sweet toothaholic. I like sweets. I mean, I can put them down. And so what I did was I came up with a process called the 3 W's. And that was to figure out my triggers of what I was eating and why. So as an example, I'm just going to use...
That's only 2. What and why?
I'll tell you the other one.
Oh, okay.
So as an example, like just pretend this is a bag of Doritos. Okay, this is the healthy stuff, guys. But let's pretend this is the bag of Doritos. So what I would do is I would say, what is it? To acknowledge. What is it? Hold it in my hand. Feel, touch. No, what? Bag of Doritos. Okay. The next question, when do you want it? I want it now. Okay. And then that last question you got to ask yourself and really dig deep to ask yourself, not just throw it off and be like, I'm hungry, there's another. You got to ask yourself why.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Ooh.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I'm an emotional eater. So like if you cut me off in traffic.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, baby. Sebastian and I, that's our oldest son who's 14. So we were sitting down yesterday and it was almost almost 10 o'clock. And I looked at him and he was talking to me about his day and stuff. And I stopped and I said, Sebastian. And he said, what, Mom? And I said, I'm gonna need you to help me right now for the next few minutes. And he was like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I said, I need you to make sure I do not get up and go to Baskin Robbins right now in this moment. Baby,
that you know what? Thank you. Yes. Yes.
And when I dealt with the why of it, it was like you said, emotional eater, and you know, I had just a whole bunch of stuff in my spirit and on me and everything. Yeah, exactly. And I got through it. He helped me, and we got through that thing. But yeah, that why.
That why is tough, boy.
Important.
It's tough. But you know what, though? It's a part of the self-discovery. It's a part of the reasons why you got to figure out what you're doing. You know, there's two things I wrote in the book that you need motivation for. One is your health and wellness, and the other is your goals and dreams. And both of them require motivation. You know what I'm saying? Staying focused and true.
Yes.
You were talking about it earlier. You know, yes, we as men, we have to deal with the strength and being strong and this, that, and the other. But that physical side, if you're not balanced, you can't be strong and you know what I mean, and help anybody out.
Yeah.
So there is a fine balance in that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad your son is learning the lesson, baby.
Yes,
He getting that why now.
Yes, definitely. What was one of the biggest lessons for you? And again, we're talking about men's health. Papa Joe here has an extraordinary testimony and journey with his own health. What was some of the lessons for you? I mean, were you dealing with things like any health issues?
No, at the time I was literally no heart disease, high blood pressure, no high cholesterol, anything like that. Literally, but I always say that I was 2 cheeseburgers away from a heart attack.
Yes, you were. Oh my goodness.
I always joke about that, and I say I was 2 cheeseburgers for a heart attack. But if it hadn't been for music and finding that passion, I would have never had my wake-up call. And that's was finding that spark within myself. Not everybody's going to be ready to do it when you want them to do it. You know, you got to give people their time and their space, but you just let them know to be mindful. And doing stuff like this is just to hopefully be a wake-up call for somebody to be like, you know what, it's time to change my life too.
Did you have support, or were you on this journey by yourself?
I did it by myself, but then I continued on by the support and the people that I met outside, because I made the sidewalk my treadmill every morning. And so those were people just like me out there trying to hustle and get their exercise on and be healthy. So that was my support system.
That was your support system. Wow.
And then people driving by in cars and be like honking the horn, like, go Papa Joe.
Yes. You know, it's funny. We used to live in this subdivision, and every day we would see this guy walking. And he would walk and move his arms. Y'all can't really see me, but he would move his arms like this. And he would walk, like you said, rain or shine or anything. He was always out there. And you just got inspired, like, well, let me get out my car and let me park and start walk. Let me just walk home from the gates. I mean,
that's it.
And you do get that. And it was just more than anything to me that really got me. It wasn't so much that he was walking, rain or shine. It was his dedication, that commitment to something. How did you do that? How did you stay dedicated?
Honestly, I went back to the pictures. I went back to the video. And this is before I wrote the book, because I was still trying to go through that process. But I went back to where it started. And just kind of reminded myself, you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for anybody else. And on top of that, you know, and I always joke and say, I hate exercise, but I like the results.
Yeah. Baby, if that ain't this right here. Ooh-wee. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because I will be hitting the pool shortly to get mine.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you feel good, and it gives you more confidence, you feel better about yourself because you're looking good.
Yes. When you feel good, you have more confidence.
That's why jokingly, I wore this shirt every single day. You see my head Electric Negro, but I wore this shirt to empower myself every day. Every day.
What did it say? It
says Electric Negro.
Electric Negro.
Negro. It's just like my hat. It's a superhero character that I created, that I developed myself to empower myself to walk, get up and walk every morning. But at 7 a.m. every morning, 7 o'clock every morning, I went outside and I pounded that pavement.
Wow. So here's what I love about that is that you said you had to encourage yourself. Tying us back into our earlier guest, Mr. Harris, who's written this Bible, and we're talking about our spiritual health, our mental health, and our physical health. The word says David encouraged himself. Now, this happened at a point where King David, and he was not yet king at this time. Let me check that. But basically, David, when he went and fought, he came back and they had destroyed his village, his family, everybody, the men that he fought with, their families, everything had been destroyed all around him. And the word says David encouraged himself. He didn't have no friends. He didn't have his side hype man. He didn't have any He didn't have any of those things that are our go-tos right now. He didn't have something to motivate him. He was deep in despair and really had no reason to encourage himself. And yet he got and put one foot in front of the other. And sometimes it's just, it's not that simple, but it is that simple. Yes?
It is. But what I use for, okay, I'm so glad you brought that up. What I use for my motivation, the track debuted at number 24. Now, I wasn't walking up to 5 miles day one. First time out, I walked around the block one time. Day two, I did 2 blocks.
Right.
Day 3, did 3 blocks. But then when the song came out on the Billboard and it started at number 24, I walked to my first newsstand to go pick it up as a reward for myself. And then as it kept going up in the charts, I would walk to a further newsstand and pick up the Billboard magazine and reward myself.
Wow.
So by the time it was on the charts for 6 weeks, and by the time I got to number 6, I was walking the 5 miles.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's
so that was my keepsake for myself, just to inspire myself. You're doing the right thing. Go, 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 you know.
Yes.
And my shirt, you know, because it just put a smile on people's faces.
Absolutely.
You know?
Don't mind. So Papa Joe, thank you so much.
Wait, I have one more thing to share with you real quick.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Real
and
quick,
guys, I think we're going to have, let me just tease wait, put those down. Put those down, because that's, I can't even right now. Guys, I think we're about to have a special surprise pop in from Jamel Simon, who plays my son on the Upshaws. He is also a fitness guru, and he's going to be talking with us very briefly about a couple of new trends and things in the fitness world and his wonderful app. But before we let Jamel in, go ahead, Papa.
I just wanted to share, if I can do it, you can do it. Size 56 to 36. So don't stop believing and don't give up on hope. Hope doesn't, as I always say, hope doesn't give up, and neither should you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Great
you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Take care. Guys. That was Papa Joe in the building. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful story. What a wonderful testimony. Again, his book is Balancing the Scales. Just fantastic.